Welcome to the Numerology and the Astrology for February 27th, 2021. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you continue to enjoy these videos. And we're going to start with today the number, and the number is 16 if you add it all together. If you add the 1 and the 6 together, you get the number 7, one of my favorite numbers. The number 7 is the seeker of answers. Goals that had been sought can now be found. Psychological and metaphysical interests expand into consciousness and become critical for your next steps into this new world. This number calls you to a psychic form of action. Listening to your intuition and the force of power being called forth from your body is more important than ever. You cannot call forth that which you do not embrace within yourself. Now is the moment to set old fears aside and learn to love those parts that are now needed in profound ways. The astrology today. Does it seem as if everything keeps changing? And nothing seems to be following any typical sequence at all? You are not alone. Neptune keeps dissolving away our reality and then asks us to go beyond this tangible world's veils to bring forth something new. But it will take some time to figure out how all this very new energy is going to come along. A conversation is coming from our intuitive side into the analytical side of our brain. We are trying to connect the intangible to this dimensional reality. Such things take time and effort. Go slow. Recognize that good things come to those whose actions and intentions are for the greater good. I am sure you have been noticing the full moon moving more and more into that moment of clarity. This particular one is to realize a crucial turning point. Something new this way comes. There is a push and a pull between the tools that we need to move through everyday life and the tools that we need for our spiritual evolution. In this case, it is the connection of our emotional body that becomes the glue necessary to make both connect. Some things need to be allowed out into the air to breathe. Feelings and emotions are supposed to be in constant motion. That allows for a healthy mind and an open heart. Holding on to emotions only causes the body to break down and cause discomfort and discontent. Our eyes are being opened in a very new way. Strong messages are coming from the deepest part of our psyche. Something is awakening and refuses to slumber any longer. There is a greater intelligence at work. Allow it to find a place to flow and help you manifest this new thing. My quote for today. There is a psychic call transforming time, a golden tone and a magical chime. It is an alarm clock that cares not of fear. Within this time is a golden spear, one that connects the dots of life throughout all the times, joys, and strife. We cannot transcend the cycles of mortality if we do not embrace our own immortality. We do not see that our mind is the cage, a backdrop for our unhealed pain and outrage. When we embrace the possibility of our youth, only then will we finally reveal the truth. And my blog for today. So many memories scattered throughout time, so hard to remember the mountains climbed. What continues regardless of when and where is the love that is carried in the energy of the air. You cannot lose what was never lost. Time is an ocean that love can cross. I wish for all the acceptance of peace. All life is seeking compassionate release. Okay, so I wrote this because I really do believe that where we have been in time and space has an energy signature or an echo. And we're drawn to certain places because we're trying to reconnect to past memories, past lives, past events, unresolved issues, trying to create those connections. And until COVID, this has been one of those amazing lifetimes where you could literally go to probably every place that you have ever existed if you could figure those out. And all you have to do is listen to your intuition to figure out where you're supposed to go. But anyway, if you feel an impulse to go someplace, that's probably a place that you have lived before. And this has been one of those lifetimes that you could actually create some energetic circles of completion, which I highly recommend. But I don't think you have to do that. I think that when you breathe in air, that air has argon in it. And argon is an element that energetically will vibrate and carry the vibration of the signature to the thing that it touched, if you can believe that. So literally right now, if you breathe in, you could breathe in a molecule of air that Buddha breathed in his lifetime. And so you could actually embody a vibration that is Buddha, which would be very helpful in times of distress. And I use this all the time. I use this all the time when I'm in my own states of chaos, and I just stop and I breathe in, which is why all meditation practices and all spiritual practices talk about breathing. And I breathe in, and I try and breathe in the wisdom of the ages, the memories and the signatures, and the answers that people have figured out and manifested. It's so important to let that air kind of come into your cells and really alter your state of chaos into possibly a state of more center and balance. So remember that, the memories that you have, you've been here forever. You've been throughout time, and you have climbed a lot of mountains. And this mountain that you're climbing right now is nothing compared to some of the incredible challenges that you've had in other lifetimes. And regardless of the where and the when, regardless of the ending or the tragedy of a lifetime, there is wisdom that you carry that is timeless. And that time is that ocean, and the only thing that can cross that is you loving yourself and the love that you have carried for others. So be at peace, and you will find that compassionate release. Thanks, everyone.